My name is Declan Beard, and I'm a graduate of Mount Olive Christian School. When I was a kid, my dad shared salvation with me, and about a year later, I was baptized here by Brother Jeff. After that, I started struggling through several things, depression being one of them, and I realized I had to rely on God to get me through those times. And since that, I've really been drawn to ministry and talking about His Word. And I hope to in the future to go into medical missions and help as many people as I can. During my time in the First Baptist Youth Group, one of the things that I really enjoyed was just being there, because in school for several years and all that, I was bullied. I was just never really the popular kid, but every time I would come to class every Wednesday and every Sunday morning and just get into fellowship with other Christians and be with other people, it was amazing every single time, because it felt like I was with just actual friends and people who just enjoyed being with me and with my company.
My name is Zane Bell, and I'm a graduate of Saline High School. All my life, my mom has brought me to church and shared Christ with me, and because of this, I know that the gospel is truth. During my time in this youth group, I've gone to Centrifuge every summer. My favorite memory would be from my 10th grade summer when we went to Mississippi College, and I was in the group Inferno with pretty much everyone my age from this church. And through the week, we all opened up and became more vulnerable to each other, thus leading us to grow our relationship in Christ.
My name is Madison Farrell, and I'm a graduate from Simsboro High School. When I was around 12 years old, I wasn't really going to church that often or involved in any church activities, but my neighbor, Miss Kathy Jones, came over one day to my house and invited me to First Baptist Arcadia. And since then, I've joined in the youth, and I've grown a little closer to a lot of the people, including Miss Kara. There were times in my life where I didn't feel like I belonged, or I felt like I couldn't be myself around people. So the youth really helped with me overcome that and accepting that it's okay to be different. So I decided at the age around 12 to get baptized by my grandfather at his church. And it has helped me open my eyes to a lot of circumstances. Like whenever I see someone that's struggling with the same thing that I did, I know that I can help share my story and how God helped me. During my time in the First Baptist Youth Group, I was able to go to Centrifuge Summer Camp, and I think my favorite one would have to be this past year, which was my junior year in Pulaski, Texas. From the very first day, God was moving throughout our youth group so heavily, and each day it got more and more better from the last. There were more people getting saved, there were more people sharing their testimony. There were so many people that were down at the altar. We were crying, we were praying over each other. Everyone in the youth group was down there. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. There were people there that, they told me, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. There were people that I was there for, and we were just all there for each other.
My name is Micah Price, and I'm a Simsboro High School graduate. I went to church all my life with my mom, and it wasn't until my junior year of Centrifuge Camp that I felt convicted of my lifestyle, and I talked to Kara and prayed and asked Jesus to forgive me and into my heart and start over my life. And since then, I've struggled with anger and patience, and God has helped me with that and going forth with my life. So during my time in the First Baptist Youth Group, my favorite time was when we'd go on trips to Centrifuge or the movies somewhere overnight or just for the day, we would sit on the back of the bus and we would laugh and play and just be kids, and it was the best time of the youth group experience. And the reason that's important is because it made me feel like I had a family and because we got so close.
Hi, my name is Michaela Waits, and I'm a graduate of Minden High School. So when I was 10 years old, a lot of people in the church were getting baptized, and I was curious to what that meant. So I asked my mom, and she explained to me the gospel, and soon after that I was saved and baptized by Brother Jeff here in the church. And it wasn't until my first year in youth that I realized that I needed to work on building more of a relationship with Christ and separate myself from the world and focus on being more like Him. During my time in the First Baptist Youth Group, I was able to go to YEC every year. And right before my sophomore year, I felt like God was trying to speak to me or send me a message. And ended up, the YEC focus was serving in full-time missions and ministry. And the last night we were there, they had an invitation for people who felt the call to full-time missions and ministry. And it clicked in my head that I was called to missions. And I was able to talk to Kara that night, and since then I've been taking steps to pursue full-time missions.
My name is Reagan Williams, and I'm a graduate of Cedar Creek School. When I was a kid, I went to VBS, and they did the plan of salvation, and I felt God telling me in my heart that I need to be saved, so I said the prayer and got saved and was baptized shortly after. During my time in the First Baptist Youth Group, one of my favorite memories was going on the Orlando mission trip. One of my favorite parts about it was we got to go to all the hotels, and we got to have a little Bible club in the swimming pools, and we got to visit with kids from all over the world. And then another favorite part was we went to the homeless shelter and we helped cleaned up, and we played with kids and we served them food and stuff. It was just a really life-changing experience.